Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Today I bring you this amazing phone. What are we gonna do on it? Of course, we're gonna take it apart. So if you guys get this phone and break it, you can come here to this video and fix it yourself. The phone with 5 cameras. I bet you already knew that. Okay, 3 in the back, 2 on the front. So right now this just leave us waiting for the phone with 10 cameras. Think about that. Okay, we're gonna start to take this phone apart. How are we gonna do it? I'm gonna show you right now. For this project, I'm gonna use a razor blade, flat tool like this, Phillips screwdriver. Yeah, and because it's me, so I always bring you new ways to work and new ways to open your phones. We're gonna use like this plastic, very thin playing cards. And of course, our heat gun. If you don't have a heat gun like this, you can use the hair dryer. We're gonna start by shutting off our device. For this project, we're gonna use our gloves because we're gonna heat this phone at pretty high temperature. Okay, we're gonna start by applying some heat and all over the housing. We're gonna make sure this phone gets really hot. The key with the heat is don't do it so close, not too far. So just at the perfect distance, and always be moving your heat gun around the bezel like this. After heating this for a while, what we're gonna do is first we just want to get in between the frame and that back cover. And how I do this? With the razor blade. That's the best way to do it. After inserting the razor blade, I go ahead and I use these plastic playing cards, and I'm gonna play my way around this. As you guys can see, if you do it at the right temperature, it's gonna be this easy. Look at that. We go all the way around. I'm gonna put this on the side, and this phone is very hot, very hot. Okay, we have some progress, and we're gonna keep doing it. At this moment, we're gonna put a little more heat. Alright, start to looking good, and the phone is opening. I'm gonna be extra careful right there by the cameras because I don't know what can be inside, so I don't want to damage anything in between there. Okay, I can see inside the phone now, and I don't see any of the connections or anything right there, guys. We just opened the 5 camera phone. Look at that. Those are the protective lens, the like glass lens, and that's the real sensors, the 3 cameras. As you guys can see how they go from the big to small. It's so funny. And the connection for the fingerprint is right here on the back. As you guys can see, there's no connection between the back and the phone itself, other than just this contact. We're gonna put this on the side. After we remove that, we see we have I'm gonna take this glove off. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 screws. Okay, if I'm not wrong, if I didn't miss anyone. We're gonna use our Phillips screwdriver and remove all of them. Okay, we have removed all 14 screws, and right now I'm going to use again my razor blade, and I'm gonna just start to taking apart this small plastic to get in this. All right, there we go. You see, that's the loudspeaker, and also we can see the connection for the loudspeaker right there. Okay, we're gonna put that on the side. After that, I'm gonna just lift this. Yeah, I'm gonna help myself with the razor blade. Don't go too deep with the razor blade because you can pierce something inside this phone. A pierce is just like two pieces of holding the motherboard and the other component down. On this one we can see the coil, the wireless charger. We're gonna see the connection also right here, that six point right there, and that's the wireless charger. I don't see something special on this one, then it wouldn't make the phone turn on like we saw on the Galaxies. And next we're gonna just unplug all the other cables, and we're gonna start by doing on the bottom this antenna. I'm gonna unplug the battery, front camera, the LCD connector which is on the side, and pretty much those are all the connections on this phone. You can see we have the camera on the top, LCD connector on the side, and the charging port probably is connected to the back of this motherboard. We don't see any screws holding down this motherboard, so I'm gonna I would like to use a guitar pick, but I'm gonna use this. Be very careful. I would advise you to use like a plastic pry tool to do this. Oh, the camera just came out. As you guys can see, I'm gonna give you a closer look to that camera. There you go. You see the dual camera, the dual front camera. There you go. We're gonna put it on the side, and we're gonna begin by lifting this motherboard. One thing, guys, I just forget. I need to remove the SIM tray out of this one. Pierce it with this little tool, and the SIM tray will come out like this. There you go. We're gonna try it again and lift that motherboard. There we go. And like as I mentioned, I'm gonna just flip this. As you guys be very careful on the bottom. When you lift it, it's gonna unplug the charging port. We have 3 cameras. We can like just with our eye we can tell like different kind of lenses. You can see this paste right here is part of the cooling system for the processor. We have 1 second connection for the camera. This is 1 extra connection for one of the cameras. 2 of the cameras are in 1 connection. So if this one breaks, we're gonna be able to remove this one and keep the other 2. But if one of the ones that come together breaks, we're gonna have to replace both of them. In the SIM reader and the SD reader right here, and the connection for the charging port on the bottom. Okay, right here we have our battery. It's 3300 milliamps battery. And we have the vibrator, the volume buttons, and I guess the Google functions button is right here for 1 single connection. And also on the top we have these other little sensors, the ear speaker, and we have for the side, you see all the buttons are like changeable. If they go bad or they break, they fall apart, we can go ahead and change it. Right here we have the cooling system. We're just going to remove this charging port and see if we can just replace that part in case we break this by accident or just by not using it the right way. Okay, earphone jack is holding by 1 screw to the charging port. We're gonna go ahead and try to pry this off. Woo! It went flying, but it's right here. Remember, sometimes some people get the earphone jack connection stuck in there, so you can go ahead and remove this or replace it. For the charging port is just held by some glue. We can easily but carefully just lift it like this, and it's this little board which is held by only by glue like this. You gotta be careful when you do it, because right here we have the the microphone. You don't want to rip that little cable. People is not gonna be able to hear when you're talking to them. So I guess we go from the top to the bottom, lifting this little board, and it just come down like this. As you guys can see, you can go ahead and replace this little cable or little board. So you guys can see type C. Okay guys, that's it. If you want to replace the screen on this phone, that's pretty much what you do. Sometimes now they sell you the screen, the full assembly with the frame and everything. As at the moment it's not available, but when it becomes available, I'm gonna just leave a link down below so you can go and purchase it. And as you guys can see too, like if you don't buy with the frame, we can just hit this screen up and just get the screen out of the way. That's it for this taking apart. And right now what I'm gonna do is just put everything together and make like this phone look like nothing happened to it. Let's do it. We're gonna start by just if you want to skip that's fine, but for whoever wants to stay and put this phone together, let's do it. We're gonna start by putting back the charging port. That's it. It has like an alignment little holder right there. Oh, there you go. It goes through perfectly. Next, earphone jack, which is pretty awesome. Just fewer and fewer phones comes with the earphone jack no more. I mean, it comes in handy sometimes, but we're gonna just install this motherboard back on place like nothing happened to it. All right, let's just lay down. And for the charging port, I do it very curious. I looked inside there. I hope you guys can see that. Like I can see where the connection is, and I just press it down. You heard that click, and then I look and it's clicked all the way through. That's how I do with the Samsung and most likely all of the phone. Just practice that. If you don't know how to do it, don't do it at the first time, because probably you're gonna end up just smashing the connectors, and it's not gonna be a good day for you or the phone. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and connect this little antenna we have here. If you forget where it's connected, don't worry, because I bet it's not gonna fit on any of those two. Okay, last I'm gonna just put this dual camera back on its place right there. There you go. Meanwhile we're doing this, we're gonna test something. I'm gonna go ahead and, as you guys can see, it had this tab, as you guys can see, for video stabilizing, we have two of them. The one in the middle kind of it doesn't move, but the two on the side, I see they move. So probably we're not gonna have video stabilization on the one in the middle. Alright, as you guys can see, that's the camera. Next we're gonna proceed to put this plastic wireless charger, which hold down the whole motherboard, and I guess just keep everything tight. For this one, you just be careful, press it on the sides only, you don't have to press on the middle. There you go. And the speaker, the loudspeaker at the end. Okay, and we're just gonna put all these screws back. That's it, guys. We finished putting back all the screws. Okay, and to seal the back and leave it, I'm not sure 100% waterproof, but it's gonna be, if it's not, it's gonna be close to waterproof. We're gonna use the B9000. We're gonna go ahead and apply. What I do sometimes, I used to apply it on top of the frame, but I'm not gonna do that anymore. I find out it's a lot more cleaner if we install it, if we apply this on the back cover itself, because we know where the glue is. So we're gonna just go ahead and apply where the actually adhesive is. We apply all over, and we're just gonna go ahead and lay this down. As you guys can see, if you want, you can go ahead and use the clamps. That's gonna really helps. You can use the clamps to hold it, but if you didn't do like I told you, if you leave like the original adhesive like crooked, or it's just like, you know, bad, you're not gonna have a nice seal. So that's the key. Don't make sure that his adhesive, if it's like crooked, just peel it off and remove it. And if you do that, you're gonna have a nice close on the back of the phone. It's gonna look just as the original. As you guys can see right there, we don't have any gap in between that back cover and the frame. It's pretty nice sealed, and that's it. We're gonna insert the SIM card, and we're gonna turn this phone on. Still turns on after all we did, guys. As you guys can see, everything good. Alright, here we're inside, and I'm gonna just leave this. Probably want to test the camera with that one. We're gonna go ahead, no problem. There we go, that later. And as you guys can see, one of the cameras, the other camera, and the last camera. There we go. So everything working. So we have everything working here, guys, and that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you like the video. You have fun just to watch how we assemble this device. Thank you, guys. If you like this video, subscribe. If you want to watch more, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.